following may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Teenager robbed and hospitalized after buying drinks for mom's birthday celebration. A St. Joseph teenager who was celebrating his mother's birthday and left to purchase additional drinks as the lime continued into the wee hours yesterday morning was later robbed and outside a bar. The 18-year-old of Luengo Village, Maracas, remained hospitalized in stable condition up to yesterday. The family were liming around 12:02 a.m. on August 7 when the teenager decided to restock the dwindling liquor supply. Accompanied by a friend, the two went to Rumor's Bar, which is located at the corner of San Pedro and Maracas Royal Road, where they purchased a quantity of alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages. As they exited the bar and were about to re-enter the vehicle, two armed suspects approached and opened fire on them. As the driver fell to the ground, the suspects ran off. The friend placed the bleeding teenager inside the vehicle and drove to the Eric Williams Medical Science Complex, Mount Hope, where he was treated for wounds to the lower left side of his back, 2 to the right upper arm, and 3 to the lower right side of his chest. The victim was said to be in stable condition yesterday. Investigations are continuing. Valencia man erased, brother hospitalized. A shooting incident in Valencia on August 6th left one man dead and his brother hospitalized. Ismail Ramdeen, 24, succumbed to his injuries while undergoing surgery at the Arima Health Facility, while his younger brother, Antonio Emmanuel Ramdeen, remains hospitalized in stable condition. Police report that around 5:25 on Friday, 5th of August 2022, the deceased, Ismail Ramdeen, a 24-year-old vendor, in the company of his 23-year-old brother, Emmanuel Ramdeen, both of Cumaca Extension, Valencia, were conducting sales at a fruit and vegetable stall in the vicinity of LP No. 3, Valencia, Old Road, Valencia, when a light-colored wagon with a black bonnet, make, model, and registration number unknown, pulled up in front of the stall and an individual in a black hoodie exited the vehicle and opened fire on them. Both brothers fell to the ground in their fruit and vegetable stall. The suspect then entered the vehicle and escaped along the Valencia Old Road. The deceased and the victim both suffered wounds and were conveyed to the Arima Health Facility in a private vehicle. Ismail Ramdeen, who was in his head and body, was pronounced dead, while his younger brother, Antonio Emmanuel Ramdeen, remains hospitalized, receiving treatment for the wound to his left thigh. A report was made to the Valencia Police, and first responders WPC Sundar and PC Hazel responded and cordoned off the area and preserved order at the scene. The scene was processed by PCs Nagu and PC Ignacio of SERU, and items of evidential value seized. Homicide Bureau Region 2 investigators, Inspector John, AG Sergeant Ramutar, and PC Jagu visited the scene and conducted inquiries. Also visiting the scene were Senior Superintendent Khan, AG Inspector Harper, Sergeant Leon, AG Sergeant Dixon, together with officers from Valencia CID and Sangre Grande CID. The Aruca Homicide Bureau Region 2 are continuing inquiries. The homicide of Ramdeen has pushed the homicide toll to 333. Police recovered 3 firearms and made several arrests in an anti-crime operation over the weekend. 8 suspects were arrested, and 3 firearms and a quantity of ammunition and narcotics were seized by police officers during several operations on Saturday night. According to a TTPS statement, in the first operation, police officers assigned to the Central Division Task Force North and Chiguana's Criminal Investigations Department executed a search warrant at the home of a 31-year-old Venezuelan man in Lange Park, Chiguanas. During the search, the team of officers allegedly found one Beretta semi-automatic pistol with 2 magazines and 29 rounds of 9mm ammunition. The suspect was immediately arrested in connection with the find. Police said in the second exercise, officers of the Eastern Division mounted a sting operation which resulted in the capture of a robbery suspect in Sangre Grande. According to police reports, a man made arrangements to purchase jewellery from a mutual acquaintance. Upon arrival at the location, the buyer was accosted by the suspect, who allegedly robbed him of an iPhone XS and $3,500. A team of officers of the Eastern Division Task Force arrested 2 men, ages 23 and 24, both from Sangre Grande. Police also recovered the stolen cell phone. Meanwhile, officers in the Southern Division Task Force arrested 5 suspects, 2 of whom are women, in connection with possession of a firearm, ammunition, and narcotics. According to police, SDTF officers, as well as handlers and canines of the Canine Branch, executed several search warrants in the Princestown, San Fernando, and St. Madeleine districts. During the exercises, police allegedly found and seized a Beretta PX4 Storm pistol, 10 rounds of 9mm ammunition, 140 marijuana plants, and a quantity of cocaine. 5 suspects, 2 women, ages 29 and 66, and 3 men, ages 29, 33, and 38, of South Trinidad were arrested. In another operation, officers of the Western Division Task Force arrested a 39-year-old man of Lance Mitten Carenage. It is alleged that upon being searched, the suspect was found with 1 black revolver and a quantity of .38 ammunition. In another incident in the Northeastern Division, officers of the Intelligence Unit went to Dookie Drive, El Socorro Extension, El Socorro, where they searched an abandoned structure and seized 1 pistol magazine containing 13 rounds of 9mm ammunition hidden in a concrete block. Investigations into all incidents are ongoing. Ex-convict found dead months after prison release for husband's homicide. 6 days after she went missing, ex-convict Karine Ramlal was found dead in a bushy area off Pinal Rock Road on Sunday. Her decomposing body was tightly wrapped in a black tarpaulin. Her identification card, her cell phone, and her shoes were also recovered from the scene. Ramlal, 43, had been employed as a security guard after she was released from prison in December, having served a sentence for the homicide of her husband, Anil Jadoo. She was found following a joint search by the Sapare CID, headed by Inspector Junior Marcel, the Hunter Search and Rescue Team led by Captain Valence Rambarat, and the TTPS Air Support Unit. Rambarat said the search began around 7 a.m. and ended at 2:32 p.m. when Ramlal's body was found off Bob Trace near the 8-mile mark, Pinal Rock Road, Pinal. She was wearing a white top and jeans. Rambarat said there was no scent where the tarpaulin was found, but it was only when the tarpaulin was moved that the stench became evident. Ramlal's daughter, Carrie-Ann Jadoo, 20, and son, Kevon Ramlal, 24, went to the scene. It is a tragic situation to see two young children lose their mother in this way, especially since they lost so many years with her being incarcerated, and now that she is out, they have lost her, Rambarat said. Ramlal lived in an apartment at Orange Grove Trace, Passia, Tunapuna. In March last year, she and her co-accused, Giwan Pardasi and Ramde Ramlal, pleaded guilty to the homicide of Ramlal's husband, Anil Jadoo. During a virtual hearing before Justice Hayden St. Clair Douglas for the May 2006 homicide of Jadoo, the court heard that he was abusive to his wife. The court heard Ramlal's mother allegedly cooked a meal of stewed goat and rice and poisoned Jadoo's portion with Lannett pesticide. Pardasi was given the tainted meal to deliver to Jadoo. He later told police that Jadoo ate some of the meal but refused to finish the meal as he did not like how it tasted. Pardasi allegedly told police that he waited until Jadoo went to sleep and then hit him several times with a piece of wood he found in the yard. Considering the amount of time Ramlal spent in pre-trial, the judge said that such a sentence would be 24 years, but because of the guilty pleas, they would get a 1/3 automatic reduction of the sentence. After that, each accused was made to serve only 1 year and 2 months hard labor, which began in March last year. Ramlal was released last December. Two men erased on Marabella train line in separate incidents. Another person has been erased on the Marabella train line. Police said Radial Short, also called Flex, 30, of Bayshore, West Marabella, died after being multiple times on Saturday night. Investigators said around 7:30 p.m., Short was standing on the road near his home when explosions rang out. He was rushed to the San Fernando General Hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. Short's death comes 5 days after coconut vendor Danny Mehalal was also erased on the train line while liming at his girlfriend's house. No one has been arrested. Homicide investigators from Region 3 are continuing investigations. Female cop robbed of vehicle, cash, cell phone, and jewelry by unknown assailant. A 45-year-old woman, Special Reserve Police Constable, was robbed of her vehicle, cash, cell phone, and jewelry. According to a police report, the SRP parked her vehicle at Alfonso Street around 5:45 p.m. on Thursday. She then went to a nearby ATM machine at First Citizens Bank where she withdrew $400 in cash. Upon her return to her vehicle, she felt a sudden grab by her neck and a voice telling her, "Don't make a scene or I will erase you." She then was forced into the front passenger seat and the suspect occupied the driver's seat. The suspect, whom the victim described as African descent, very slim, dark brown in complexion, small oval-shaped face, flat forehead, small nose, short kinky hairstyle, small mouth with buck teeth and wearing a black t-shirt, black 3/4 pants and a pair of slippers. The victim, being in fear for her life, was relieved of one Samsung A22 cell phone and $400 cash, one gold chain valued at $1,400, a gold ring valued at $2,500, and two gold headbands with a gold ring, value yet to be ascertained. The suspect then demanded more money from the victim and took control of her vehicle. He drove to Port of Spain with the victim against her will, where he parked the vehicle and instructed the victim to walk to the Royal Bank of Canada ATM, where she was forced to withdraw $3,000 cash. The suspect then reportedly stopped a car south along Broadway and made good his escape. The victim made her way to Port of Spain CID and made a report to PC GoSIN. The victim was taken for medical attention by police and a medical report obtained and a statement recorded. Requests for CCTV footages were made and an email request sent to cybercrime. PC Samuel and WPC Barker processed vehicle PEC 9662 where workable prints and DNA samples were retrieved. Inquiries are continuing by AG Corporal Ramnarin.